Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another news and commentary. I'm doing an update of the video that I posted yesterday about a Tempe, Arizona police officer was under fire pointing a gun at a black hotel employee. Now, this article just came out from Atlanta Black Star, right? And it's confirmed what I said on my video, but this is even more details of what's really going on, right? So I'm going to go ahead and read this article, and I want you guys to listen to this because this is very important, okay? And it's so important that some of the stuff that the officer did wasn't even caught on his body camera. It was basically before he turned his body camera on. So here we go. It says a Tempe police officer is facing scrutiny after pulling the gun on an unarmed black hotel employee last month. Officer Ron Kurzaya has been moved to an administrative role pending an investigation after he pointed his gun at a Hawthorne Suite employee, Trevanier Kaplania, on August the 30th. Kurzaya responded to a call to the Tempe Department non-emergency line requesting that two people suspected of engaging in illegal activities at a Hawthorne Suites in Tempe, Arizona be removed from the premises. Okay, the part you're about to read, ladies and gentlemen, is the one that hasn't been caught on this officer's body camera, okay? Which means that the manager showed the officer the two white couple. The one that's been caught smoking on a stairwell, the same manager told the couple to leave, which that's when one of the guys pulled out a gun. Let's keep it moving. It says Sean Hoover, the general manager of Hawthorne Suites, saw a white couple smoking something in the stairwell and asked them to leave. He said the man pulled out a gun before they left. Compliant followed the couple to be sure that they left the property. Now get this, guys. Get this. When Kurzaya arrived on the scene and spoke to Hoover, he repeatedly asked if the man with the gun was black or white. Now, this is what they don't show you on the body camera. This was going to show you, because the manager, Hoover, show the officer, because there's been a surveillance video on the hotel, in the premises. So he showed the officer, the same officer that pulled out a gun at the black hotel employee, the footage of the white couple. So he knew who they were looking for, but ignored the finding the true suspect. Let's just keep it moving. It said Hoover offered to show Kurzaya footage of the armed man, but the officer declined and began to search the premises for the suspect. So there's a surveillance video of the suspect the officer was looking for, but he decided, no, I'm going to look for it myself. That is some shallow shit, don't you think? But let's keep it moving, y'all. It says he passed by two white people sitting outside. Like I told you before, that you seen the video yesterday. Now, this is the couple they was looking for, but he ignored it and went around, and that's when they found out, the black guy who worked at the hotel put out a gun on him and told them they should go inside and that he was looking for a suspect. But when he encountered Compliant, he ordered him to put his hands in the air and pointed a gun at him. Compliant raised his hands and told the officer he worked at the hotel. The encounter began. Compliant and Kurzaya was captured the officer's body camera, and the footage was obtained by the Arizona Republic. Now you guys saw what he said, but I'm going to continue. He said, hey, listen, I am responding to somebody with a firearm who matches your description. Kurzaya yelled, you're going to shoot me, and I'm going to be another person on the news, Compliant asked, requesting that the officer lower his weapon. So he said, shut the fuck up with that shit, Kurzaya replied. Compliant was then ordered to drop to his knees and put his phone and keys on the ground. He complied. When Compliant again told the officer he worked at the hotel and suggested that Kurzaya ask the manager, the officer responded, stop telling me what to do. Okay, Kurzaya asked over his radio for someone to confirm that Compliant worked at the hotel, as Compliant continuously asked the officer to lower his gun. When I responded to someone with a firearm, I can do what I need to stay safe and go home to my family, Khazaria said. Now, after 3 minutes passed and Khazaria confirmed compliant was an employee, he was allowed to leave. And the armed man has not been found. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, the officer should have been fired in this case. Because he knew that he shouldn't have put originally he shouldn't even put a pointing the gun at this brother. And the brother didn't have anything to do with this. All he did was escort this white couple out of the hotel. Because he was basically smoking something at a stairwell. And yet the officer didn't want it. He ignored it and went around trying to find a suspect. Mostly that black guy. So let me go ahead and move on with this. Okay. So Compliant spoke to the Arizona Republic about Khazaria saying he's going to kill someone. Now, this is his criminal. He did this before, like I told you in my previous video. So it says Khazaria was previously accused of using excessive force in June of 2019 when he tased an unarmed black man named Yvonne Okri in his own apartment while he was holding his 1-year-old child. Police were responding to a domestic violence call to the non-emergency line. Okri was arrested, but charges against him were later dropped. After the incident, Khazaria underwent retraining, just like I told you in my video, although the police department said his actions were consistent with policy. Really, retraining consists of learning about different de-escalation tactics and improving communication with citizens, which to me that was a damn lie because he did that to this black hotel employee. So he really didn't learn a damn thing. Let's continue. Now, Heather Hamill, Okri's attorney, said that the second incident involving Compliant was allowed to happen because Khazaria was not disciplined. After the first incident, they sent an implicit message that what he did was okay. Hamill said, and you know what he did with that message. He went out and did it again. So a lawsuit has been brought against Khazaria and the city of Tempe in the Okri case. The suit challenges the Tempe Police Department's use of force training and questions the lack of implementation of de-escalation tactics. Compliant said he believes Khazaria should no longer be on the force. The officer was currently be moved to administrative role and an internal investigation is underway. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Atlanta Black Star article. So you see, ladies and gentlemen, the officer ignored the manager showing the surveillance video of what the armed suspect looked like. And he tried to act nonchalant. Well, let me look around for that suspect, targeting this unarmed black employee, which he had nothing to do with him. In fact, he escorted this He escorted this white couple out of the hotel. And yet he refused to see the surveillance video, what the suspect looked like. That's when you didn't, what you didn't see on his body camera. And so, I mean, the thing is that he did this before. You hear what he said. He was probably retrained. But he didn't do a damn thing because he did it again. That's why the previous unarmed black man who was been tased a year ago, his attorney filed a lawsuit saying, look, he did it again, which means that they didn't do a damn thing. The Tempe Police Department didn't do a damn thing of trying to contain this officer. So they put him on another administrative position until the investigation is complete. They should have fired his ass. They should have fired him because this is the second time he did this to an unarmed black person. The first time happened a year ago when he's been tased. This time he pointed a gun at an unarmed black hotel employee, which he had nothing to do with this. He was just doing his job, escorting this white couple who they supposed to basically go after, escorting him out of the hotel. And then the same officer that saw that white couple, which basically he bypassed, tell them to get inside. That's who he should question. Who should have been arrested, but they didn't do it. So it shows you that this officer, even though the Tempe Police Department ordered this officer on the administrative role, he should have fired his ass. Because again, I'm so glad that that black hotel employee is still alive, because he would have been killed that day, and it would have been another hashtag, like I said in my previous video, and that officer would have got away with it. So now the thing of it is, they knew he was a white armed man. It's surveillance video proving that. And that officer, again, ignored what the hotel manager said. So it shows you, ladies and gentlemen, that Karzai was a cocky bastard. He didn't basically listen to what the hotel manager's saying, and he's doing what he's doing. Now, if he would have listened to it, this incident would never happen. It would have been smooth sailing. And he bypassed that white couple, which could be the suspects, by the way, and went around and tried to go after, that black employee. So y'all let me know what you think about this. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.